Hello everyone. Today is September 9, 2023. It's 10:48 a.m. and I wanted to go and analyze some markets today. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go straight to it. So what I have here is gold, and I do have in this area here gold on the weekly, and here is the gold on the dailies. Okay, so to your left you do have the weekly chart, and then to the right you have the daily chart. Let's do this analysis. So since it's end of the week, we have 1 week off of the table in the month of September. So we do have from the 4th through the 8th, and that is the last bar we do have here, which is a bearish bar in gold. So it is coming back down. If you see, I do have some indicators. So this red arrow you see here, that red arrow there would give me a bearish move for the a week, since it crossed the 30-week moving average to the downside. So it did do it right here, and then moved up, and then came back down. You see that I do have an ascending range here, or channel, that it's moving to the upside, made a higher low here, but then came back down, touched the other side of this channel, then went up, and then failed to continue moving up, and moved down and crossed, finally moved and closed below the channel, and now it's moving back in the other side of the channel, and then moving back down. So this week was actually a bearish week. You can see it from here. In the dailies, you see the range on the first day. You have the high all the way up to 1980, and then the lower part is 1960. Price is moving below this, and for me, that one is a sign for a bearish mood or bearish bias. Now, in the dailies, we are below these moving averages, but also we are above the channel. So you have the channel. I pinned this channel, marking that low there with that low, and then extended it to that high right here. So that would give me a channel down, and then you see that there's a lower high with respect to that one, but there's another lower high right here. This last candle for Friday was bearish, but it didn't break to the downside. This either one of these candles here, which I was waiting for a bearish entry for gold. Actually never triggered, so I did not trade it. But in the daily, gold looks pretty bearish. You have a red arrow in the MACD, and also a red arrow in the stochastic that was triggered a couple of days ago. Now with this one here, you have actually 3 red arrows, which indicates that most likely, not always true, but most likely the move is going to continue to the downside. Okay, and also you do have this intermediate market forecast moving to the downside here. So it's falling at 32.83, which is another indicator that this is probably going to continue moving to the downside. And right here, you do have a 2000 level, which was for me also a level of resistance. Now, you go up here. So it didn't make the 2000, it just made a lower high below the 2000 level, which is at 1980, and then continue moving to the downside. Now it crossed. There was a couple of very bearish days here that moved below the moving averages, and then found resistance at that level and came back down. So yes, it's moving to the downside. I would expect to this one to move at least to this level here, which is 1920 or 1900 even. This line here, I'm gonna remove this one and I'm gonna probably duplicate this and make a little bit of move right here to that level. So 1930, it's 1930 to 1900 would be the next support level, I would say, in this area right there. So let's go to crude oil. Crude has been, let me move this one to weekly. See what I have here. Crude has broken this level up here, the 38.20, moving to the upside very strongly. From $68 on from July all the way through $87. Some analysts are indicating that crude could come into this level up here, but there is some resistance right here that we need to consider too. So there is this level here of resistance at this trend line. It's drawn right here, right? So we are moving to the upside. Crude is still bullish, and now this also, if you notice that area here, that is a pivot point and very important level at around $83 right there, and it is broken already. So this level here now went from being a resistance level in here to being support now. Okay, now in the daily chart, we see that we are bullish. This is the first day of the first day range, also from 85 to 83.46. So you go here, you see that there's a couple of things that are indicating that this is a bullish move. So here you do have the moving to the upside, a little bit of retracement or a correction. It made a lower high right here. With respect to this one, but the channel was not broken that same day, but it was broken the next following day. So this one was kind of like a risky area. You were in the August first day opening range within that one, so it never really broke it. Probably this day went one day up, but the next day recovered and then came back into the channel and then moved away from the channel by the end of the month. So it was kind of like August was kind of like a horizontal move. Actually, it was pretty difficult to, or it was counter trend trades that you could find here, considering that this move was to the moving to the upside, and you can see that one also in the weekly charts right here in the left. Okay, so yeah, moving to the upside now, it's kind of resting a little bit. The last 4 days has been moving sideways, but it's been in a sideways to the up. It has not been easy on the last 3 days to trade either, but but it's moving to the upside. So I would expect that it is going to visit after this move here, came back down. I would expect this one to move all the way to 95. Around that area, if it moves according to the expectation on the channel. It needs to reset a little bit the momentum, but we are above the first day opening range. Let's look at these levels here. So you have green arrow in the MACD, green arrow in the stochastics, and this one is actually in the area. It could stay above the 80 for a while, so we will see, but the intermediate market forecast is positive and it's bullish. So we'll see what it's going to do when it finds this level here of resistance, if it's going to bounce back down from here. So you see that it could go all the way to that level and then come back down, or it could face this go to that level, find a little bit of resistance here, and then move to the upside to continue the move. So let's see ES. I'm gonna move this one to weekly as well. So there's some analysis I have here. This one is no longer valid, I don't think. I'm gonna remove that drawing. This one here, I'm gonna remove this one too. We are moving to the upside here. On the weekly chart in ES, you see that we are moving to the upside. In the last couple of weeks, has been moving either sideways, I would say, leaning towards the to the upside, right? So there's a bullish sentiment still. There is a resistance at 46.31 right here in the weeklies. There it came back down, touched that level, came back down, and then moved. Still, we are above the 30 days moving average on the weeklies. We do have some support in this level here, 43.27, but it's been moving. You're making higher highs and higher lows in the weekly. So we'll see what is going to happen. This one is an inside bar. We'll see if it's going to break to the upside or to the downside here on this next week. I would say that probably a good level would be that one there and this one here to see where this next week is going to go. You see, we are in the first day of we're below the first day of the opening range on the dailies. So for this reason, I would say that momentarily we are bearish. There is a doji candle right here on Friday. There is some things that to be concerned on the dailies. The first one is that we are moving below the 30-day simple moving average, but this one can reverse, and then you do have this red arrow here with a very close potential red arrow right here. So we do have 1, 2 already. We'll see if this one is going to either reset or move down in the MACD. The other thing that it doesn't look really good is this intermediate market forecast line, which is falling. So that is actually not good. I would say that most likely this one is going to continue to the downside. You never know, but that would be my bias here. So we'll see if there is, and I'm going to mark it here in the chart as that one there would be important, and this one would be important. I would say either we move to the upside. And the other thing that you have to consider is that, you know, sometimes you do have, or something that it's important is when you do have, let's see, that crossing right there, and it seems that we want to close to the upside. So 10 days moving average could move above the 30 days moving average right here. So that could be something that we would need to consider, because if it's not there, there's no that, and if it's not stacked either to the downside and it's stacked to the upside, we would expect that the price is going to start moving to the upside. We'll see. Okay, NQ, you see that there's a level of resistance in the weeklies right here at 16,767. Now in the dailies, we see for NQ that we are moving down in the last 5 days. So there's a doji here that broke to the downside. The first day of the month, or September 1st, was also a doji. There were like these 3 bars formation. It didn't continue moving to the upside. It came back down. So the first day indicates that the bias, at least for me, is to the downside. Now it's moving above, and same thing as the something that we have to notice is that this crossing to the downside indicates that the moving averages are stuck to the downside. So that would be a bearish sign. But in this moment, it's crossing to the other way. So we need to be cautious of that because this would be bullish in sentiment in the intermediate term. Now we do have the intermediate sentiment on the market forecast falling, so that would be a bearish sign. But we are still above the 50 at 69. So that would be mixed sentiment. It went above, came back below the moving average on Thursday, but on Friday recovered and moved above the moving average now. So this doji, this inside bar, is going to determine if we continue moving to the upside or not. Still we are kind of safe in the upside move here. Higher highs and higher lows in the weeklies, and in the dailies, yeah, lower highs and lower lows in this portion here. But but now we are doing a higher highs and higher lows. So you do have here a low, and then you do have here a high, a higher low, a higher high, and then it seems that we're marking here a higher low. So we will see. Momentum is down, intermediate is also falling. So RTY or Russell, let's I don't follow that this one that much. I'm gonna put this one in the weeklies. We do have the first day of September. So it's really exploding to the downside, moving down nicely and bouncing off of the 30 moving average, for the 30-day simple moving average, going down. So this one is still bearish. There is some support right here, or there's not some support. There is significant or well-defined support level right here, that most likely this one can be visited right here and take. So this one, 1825 is a very important level, I would say. We will see if it's respected or not, or if it continues moving down. Momentum is down, stochastics is down, and intermediate is falling. So on the MFC. So that would be my bias is to the downside in RTY. Now let's look at the big caps in the FANG T. Let's say so I do have Microsoft here as the best mover on Friday. Let me put this one as a weekly as well to see what levels I do have marked there. But you see that, it's moving to the upside. So intermediate is rising. We do have MACD and stochastics moving to the upside, and price moving to the upside there. So I would say that this one is screaming a move to the upside. So if you see that there's a nice retracement here, went there and then came back down, and it seems that wants to go to the upside. Now this one is actually one of the setups that I have. So you have lower highs and lower lows, right, and moving to the upside, and then moved up and then moved down, and now it's breaking that level there, potentially going to the upside right there. So this one is a trend reversal breakout setup, which is a good indicator that this could happen. Now the critical level here is this level right here that I'm gonna mark. Actually, I'm gonna put it there. So we are above. I would expect that there's gonna be a revisit to the 332 or 333 level, and then continue. Hopefully the move to the upside right there in Microsoft. Now Google broke this Friday this 135.58 level, so it moved and broke this or resumed the upside in this bull flag. We do have intermediate line falling, but we do have momentum positive still. So it is not that strong, but it's in this last setup, but it's moving to the upside. So we could expect that this one is going to, I would expect that this one would visit the upper side of this level. So it doesn't look, or upper side of this channel here. So it doesn't look that bad from my point of view. We're right in the middle, so we'll see that if this one moves or not. Apple had a nasty couple of days right here, and then recovered a little bit, but gave this bearish signal right here. There's no I wouldn't enter this one yet to the upside. There's a red arrow there, and also an intermediate value falling. We do have here the weekly, and the weekly is telling us that found actually resistance at this level right here, which was 182.6094. When tried to go to the upside right here, but it failed. I don't know. Let me see. I'm gonna increase this date. I'm gonna put 3 years. I'm gonna put 10 years to see. Yeah, that high right there moved to all the way to the up and then came back down. So now it's making a retracement here. So we will see if it's going to continue or not on that level. Amazon on the weeklies is moving to the upside on the weeklies. Just broke the 50% retracement level right there. So in this week it was giving us a bullish signal for continuation to the upside. We will see there's some good resistance here at 147, at the 147 level right there. I don't, well, this one is in the weekly, there's a bullish bull flag right here at this level that is being broken now. So we do have on the dailies, we do have this move to the downside right here, which is that one there. But then you have this higher highs and higher lows. So you have, again, coming back down. I'll do this again. So moving to the downside, then coming up. You could argue that that one there would do it, but for the trace reversal breakout. So that one make it to the upside, a higher low right there, and then now we're waiting for the right setup to cross above that level. So we'll see if that would happen. Now the good thing on this Amazon is that we do have intermediate market forecast going up, and then we do have a couple of red arrow or green arrows moving to the upside right there for Amazon. So I would say that this one is still bullish, but the setup is actually the break of this level up here on that candle. Okay. So then Netflix, I was expecting this one to move down. And here, actually, I entered a trade, and I entered the trade right here, but I sold it for a scratch because it started to move to the upside, and I didn't like this move here. I really thought on this candle that it was going to go much lower, but it didn't. So I just played Netflix, but then it started to move to the upside, so I sold it. Okay, but let's review on the weeklies. It looked pretty bullish. So one mistake that probably I made here was that you have to have a multi-time frame analysis in here. I was expecting when it failed the 50% that it was going to go to the downside, but you see that there's a higher highs and higher lows right here. So it's moving up, down, and then making higher highs and higher lows here. So this one is an uptrend, definitely. When you see this move here, and you see that the moving averages are stuck to the upside in this case, if you're playing to the downside, you are counter trading. So be careful on that, because the best moves are when they are in sync, right? So here you do have higher highs and higher lows now in Netflix, and also you do have higher highs and higher lows here. There is some resistance at the 61 level. I'm gonna change this one because it's okay. So we are at the 50 level. Critical area. We will see if it really confirms this move to the upside or not on the weeklies. But in the dailies, Yeah, I took that actually that trade there, but then it failed, and then it started to move to the upside. So that is where I sold it. It didn't work. I was expecting it to move and continue to move to the downside, but it didn't. So, anyways, now it's making higher highs, higher lows. We'll see if this one would continue or not. But there's a critical level now, a pivot that it was marked here at at 453 level right there. Meta. Meta on the weeklies, it's actually red arrows in both MACD and stochastics, and also the intermediate on the MFC. It's moving down. So that not that much strength here. It has a really solid move right here to the upside from in 2023 all the way until July, and then it started to come down. Now we are away of this channel right here, so we broke the channel right there, and I painted the channel paint touching that one, and then this one here, which is in the middle, right? So this is the move, and then came back down. So I painted that channel right off of those three levels. Now continue move down and drifting up, moving up to the upside, then broke it here and came back down, and then tried to break it again and came back down, and now it broke it to the other side. Now I've made a double bottom right here, and it's moving to the upside again. But I would say that in this chart, what happened now is that we are actually, one second, in here what we are doing is going to the downside right here. So we'll see what happened with this doji here, but it seems that that wants to start moving to the downside. Now, sometimes what happens is that these moves here make it to that level on the other side of this channel here, and then from there it goes down. Seems that for the new channel we are at the level where we could start moving down on the dailies on Meta, especially because of this large move we had here. Let's see. We're at the 61 level on that move, but then if we consider this last move here to that move right here, yeah, still we are making higher highs, higher lows for sure. But this is a nice move where we could probably, I would like it to come here and visit the 50 level right there, and then continue the move to the upside. But we'll see. We'll see. Tesla. Tesla actually from this moved to the 61.8 level, came back down, and then moved to the upside. There's earnings right there, but not really soon, so we don't consider it there. We do have a red arrow in the stochastics, and we do have this green arrow in the MACD, and the intermediate level is falling. We did have a break to the downside on the dailies, and now a bull flag that triggered, I would say, right here, but it failed and came back down. So I would say that it's in the range still. right now. I do have this level marked here. I'm gonna delete it. This one is probably still important. Since this one moved to the downside, I don't know. This one is kind of like a break to the upside up here now. Yeah, 261.18 would be probably a level I would like to see breaking before making any decision to participate in here. Some lines here that are coming from the past, so I'm gonna delete it. Okay. And finally, NVIDIA. NVIDIA is having problems now. A big move to the upside, higher highs and higher lows right here. But the last week was pretty nasty. Came back down, make it it is in the range. Came back down. It's trying to go below the 30 moving average. Now this one here, I really love it, but it's still, I mean, I love NVIDIA, but still, it doesn't, it is not performing that clean now, given a break to the downside on the 30 days moving average, also a red arrow here, red arrow there. So momentum is really down, and then we do have also the intermediate falling. So yeah, that would be it. So all right, so that would be my bias analysis for this week. So let's see what happened for next week. Next week on gold, I would say going down, trying to take advantage of the intraday moves if it breaks below the 1939 level. Then crude is moving up nicely, so doing a short trade, a trade to the short side would be a counter trend trade. So we're looking for bullish moves and continuation, at least until we get this level. Now, when this level is going to happen, well, it could happen Monday, or it could happen, by the end of the week, and then come back down if it doesn't retrace before. Yes, again, yes, going down, I would say, a little bit bearish. And then NQ, also, I would say if my bias is bearish on the dailies. Okay, all right. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.